Today we're making a huge shift because we just celebrated Easter, and I don't know about you, but usually it almost feels like Easter is the end. You know, we take those 3 days and we take that week before Easter as Holy Week, and then we have the 3 days where, Jesus is buried and then he resurrects on Easter Sunday. But then we have 50 days where Jesus was ascended and he was working here that whole time. And so it makes me reflect on taking action during the resurrection, continuing the understanding of the resurrection, not just leaving it there for Easter and checking off a box. Now is the time of new beginnings, and we have this period of time to open it up and really dive in to the core of what Jesus even was and how we can do this. I wrote it down here. The wisdom, the sevenfold Spirit of God, and you can check this out in Isaiah 11 too. The qualities that rest upon the Messiah. There's 7. And you'll see throughout the whole Bible, 7 is a very special number. We started with 7. It took God 7 days. And so 7 is whole, a firm foundation. So we look into this and we have these 7 things that Jesus stood for. And this is something that I've always wondered. It's like, how really can we be like Jesus? And so these 7 things are the foundation. The Spirit of the Lord. So having the Spirit of the Lord within us. Jesus definitely did, and he never wavered from that. Wisdom. And we can look at Proverbs 1-9 where they really dive in to wisdom. And we actually have 7 pillars of wisdom right there in Proverbs 1-9. So check that out. They're very similar to these 7. So we have the Spirit of the Lord, wisdom, understanding, counsel, might, knowledge, and the fear of the Lord. And so if we go over to Proverbs, these pillars that are described here. So we have Proverbs 1:7, fear of the Lord, the starting point, the foundation. We have Proverbs 1:2, instruction or discipline, willingness to be taught. Prudence. Proverbs 8:12, the ability to see danger and avoid it. I don't know about you, but I never really understood what prudence meant. And now it just makes sense as I get in the Spirit of the Lord and really dive into God's word here. Knowledge, Proverbs 2:6, gathering truth. Discretion, Proverbs 2:11, think before acting. Understanding, Proverbs 4:7, seeing the why behind the what. So, sometimes we can just read it and we can get the information. And Pastor Jose talks about this a lot. And if you know Pastor Jose, or go check out any sermon from My Father's House Church in Las Vegas. They have all of their stuff there online. The why behind the what, the understanding that if you're looking at Proverbs and it looks like this random stuff, what the author is trying to share with us is seeing this poetic why behind the what. And that too, just as I was studying, just really dove in. Righteousness or justice, Proverbs 2:9, living in a way that is right before God and man. So take that with whatever comes to you. But I needed to share this with you today because Easter is not the end. It's the beginning of new life. And we have that time right now.